Hey there. Welcome to the Natural English Podcast. My name is Alex, and I'm here with Sarah.
Hi, this is Sarah. I'm really happy to talk with you today.
So, how are you doing right now? Are you maybe a little hungry? Maybe you are on the train, or at home on the sofa, or maybe you are cooking something while you listen.
Wherever you are, you can just relax and listen with us. No stress, no pressure.
Today, we are going to talk about food, our favorite foods, what tastes we like, and some simple reasons why. We will speak slowly and clearly so you can understand and enjoy it.
And we will use real, everyday English, the kind of thing you say with your friends, not just in a test.
I also have a little listening challenge for you. So, listen carefully for the word spicy. Spicy means the food has a hot taste, like with chili peppers. For example, curry can be spicy.
Yes, spicy. So when you hear us say spicy, notice it. And there is one more part of the challenge. Try to catch my number one comfort food.
Comfort food. That is another word for you. Comfort food is a simple food that makes you feel warm, safe, and relaxed. For example, when I feel tired, maybe I want hot soup. That soup is my comfort food.
So your challenge is, listen for the word spicy and also listen carefully for my favorite comfort food. At the end, we will ask you, and you can check your listening.
Try to listen actively, not just let the words go past your ears. You can even say the words softly with us if you want.
First, we will share some favorite foods. Then we will talk about tastes like sweet, salty, spicy. After that, we will give some simple reasons why we like these foods. And near the end, we will help you practice saying your own ideas.
Sometimes as a learner, I just say, I like pizza, I like pasta, I like ice cream, again and again. It feels a bit boring, right?
Yeah, it can sound a little flat. So I will show you some easy phrases, and I will change some very textbook robot sentences into softer, more natural English.
We will keep everything at your level. Nothing too long, nothing too difficult. Just clear, friendly English you can really use.
Okay, I think we are ready to start the real conversation now.
All right then, let us start with us. Sarah, what is one food you really love?
Oh, that is easy.
So Sarah, let me ask you directly now. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food. Okay, I really love ramen. And my favorite comfort food is homemade pizza.
Nice. Ramen and homemade pizza. Why do you like them? What is special for you?
So, ramen is warm and it feels very cozy. I love the hot soup, especially on cold days. And homemade pizza is fun. You can choose the toppings. You can share it with friends. It feels relaxed.
That sounds really good. So you said, I really love ramen. Can we stay with that for a moment? Because today we want simple phrases, right?
Yeah, exactly. You do not need big words, just a few easy phrases. Listen to these. I love, I really like, I kind of like, I do not really like, I hate. I am not a big fan of. All of these are great for food.
Okay, nice list. Can you give us examples with food? That makes it easier to feel them.
Sure, I will go one by one. First, I love spicy curry. That means I enjoy it a lot. It is very strong, very positive. Next, I really like fresh bread. This is a little softer than I love, but still very positive.
So you really love spicy curry, and you really like fresh bread. I can hear the feeling there.
Yeah. Now a smaller feeling. I kind of like salad. Kind of like. This means it is okay. I do not love it. I do not hate it. It is in the middle.
Right. So if I say, I kind of like soup, that means it is fine, but not my number one.
Exactly. Now, for not liking things, I do not really like raw onions. That is soft. It is polite. I hate olives. That is very strong. Be careful with hate. Use it only when you feel very, very negative. And one more, a very useful one. I am not a big fan of mushrooms. This is a gentle way to say, I do not like them much.
I like that one. I'm not a big fan of. It sounds polite. Can you say it again with mushrooms?
Sure, I am not a big fan of mushrooms. So, I will eat them if I must, but I prefer not to.
Okay, let me repeat some of yours. So you really love ramen, especially on cold days?
Yeah, I really love ramen, especially when the weather is cold. It makes me feel warm and happy.
And you are not a big fan of raw onions, right?
Right, I'm not a big fan of raw onions. They are too strong for me.
Okay, now I want to try. One of my favorite foods is pizza, so I say, I very like pizza. It is delicious for me.
Okay. So I understand you, but it sounds a little robot, a little textbook. We do not say, I very like pizza. More natural is, I really like pizza. It is delicious. Or I like pizza a lot. Short and simple.
Got it. So, not I very like pizza, but I really like pizza, or I like pizza a lot.
Yes, that sounds much more natural. And remember, you do not need long sentences. You can just say, I love sushi. I really like soup. I am not a big fan of cheese. That is enough. It is clear.
Let me try one more. I do not really like very sweet cakes. Is that okay?
Yes, that is perfect. I do not really like very sweet cakes. It sounds soft and natural. Good job.
So now, we have many simple ways to talk about food we like and do not like. We can say things like, I love ramen. I really like pizza. I kind of like salad. I do not really like raw onions. I am not a big fan of mushrooms. But there is one more thing. When we talk about food, it is also useful to talk about the taste. Not only say, it is delicious.
Yeah. You want words like sweet, salty, spicy, and so on. I have a very simple system for that. Easy words, easy ideas. We can look at those next.
So in the next part, we will talk about taste. How to say if something is sweet or salty or spicy in natural, simple English. Let us go there now. So, in the last part, we talked about our favorite foods. Like, I love this. I do not like that. But now I am thinking, how can I talk about the taste? How can I say the feeling in my mouth in simple English?
Yeah, that is a really important step. When you talk about food, you do not want to say only it is good or it is bad. Today we can add some easy taste words like sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and spicy, and a few extra words like creamy and crunchy.
Okay, nice. So, maybe we start super simple. If I want to say, cake is sweet, is that natural?
Yes, that is perfect. Sweet is like chocolate, cake, ice cream, cookies. Sweet means it has a lot of sugar and it tastes like dessert.
Right, sweet is easy for me. I say, I really like sweet desserts. That sounds okay, yeah?
Yeah, that sounds very natural. You can also say, I have a sweet tooth. That means, I really love sweet food, but sweet by itself is great for now.
I have a sweet tooth. I like that. Okay, next one. Salty?
Salty is the opposite of sweet. Salty is like potato chips, French fries, popcorn with salt, or some snacks with a lot of salt. You can say, this soup is too salty if there is too much salt.
So I can say, I like salty snacks like chips and peanuts. That is fine?
Yes, that is a really clear sentence. I like salty snacks. Easy and very common in real life.
Okay. Now, sour. Sometimes I am not sure about this one. What is a good picture of sour in my head?
Think about a lemon. When you bite a lemon, your face changes, right? or yogurt, or some candies that make your mouth feel tight. That strong, sharp taste is sour. You can say, I do not like very sour food, or I love sour candy.
Yeah, I know that lemon face. So, lemons are sour, and maybe some pickles are sour too?
Exactly. Lemons are sour, pickles are often sour, and some sauces are a little sour too. Yeah, bitter is not only bad. Bitter is the taste of black coffee with no sugar. Dark chocolate can be a little bitter. Some green vegetables, like some kinds of lettuce, are bitter. It is a strong, sharp taste, and some people enjoy it.
So I can say, I do not like bitter coffee. I need sugar. That sounds okay.
Yes, perfect. Or I like a little bitter taste in dark chocolate. That is also a nice sentence.
Nice. Now, the big one, spicy. I have a story about spicy.
Oh, I want to hear this.
So, one time I was in a restaurant. The menu said, very spicy curry. And I thought, spicy is okay, maybe just a little hot. So I ordered it. But when it came, wow, it was so hot. My mouth was on fire. My eyes had water. My face was red. I could not finish it at all.
Oh no, that is painful, but also a little funny. So now you really understand spicy.
Yeah, now I know. So spicy means it has chili or hot peppers, and it burns your mouth a bit.
Exactly. Spicy is hot from chili. Many people say, I like spicy food, or I do not like spicy food. And your story is a great example of another phrase. You can say, it is too spicy for me, when the level is more than you can enjoy.
Yes, that curry was way too spicy for me. Now I always ask, is it very spicy or just a little spicy?
That is a smart question. And it is a good way to practice the word spicy in real life.
So, we have sweet, salty, sour, bitter, spicy. You also said some extra words like creamy and crunchy. Can we talk about those a bit?
Sure. Let us start with creamy. Creamy is about the feeling, the texture, not only the taste. Creamy means it feels soft and smooth in your mouth, like cream or yogurt. For example, you can say, this soup is very creamy, or I love creamy pasta sauce.
So creamy is kind of heavy and soft, yeah? Like cheesecake or ice cream?
Yes, cheesecake is a great example. It feels rich and creamy. Rich means the taste is strong and it feels a little heavy, but in a good way, like there is a lot of butter or cream.
Okay, so rich is about strong, full taste, maybe a lot of fat. I can say this chocolate cake is very rich. I can only eat a small piece.
Yes, that sounds very natural. People often say, this dessert is rich, when it feels strong and heavy but delicious.
Nice. And crunchy?
Crunchy is fun. Crunchy means it makes a noise when you bite it. It is hard and it breaks in your mouth, like crackers, potato chips, or fresh carrots. You can say, I love crunchy snacks, or the bread is not fresh, it is not crunchy anymore.
I like that. Crunchy feels very clear. So if I say, I love crunchy snacks like chips and nuts, that is perfect?
Yes, that is great. Short and real.
Sometimes I want to say something like, this pizza has a good taste for me, but I think that sounds a bit strange. How can I say that more naturally?
Yeah, we do not really say it has a good taste for me. A more natural way is, this pizza tastes really good, or this pizza is really tasty. Tasty just means it tastes good. You can also say, it is delicious. That is very common too.
So I can say this pizza is really tasty and maybe I love the salty cheese on top. That is a nice mix of words.
Yes, exactly. Now you can mix I like with sweet, salty, sour, bitter, spicy, creamy, crunchy, rich, tasty, delicious. You already sound more natural.
And now we can say more than just it is delicious. We can say it is sweet and creamy, or it is too spicy for me, or I love crunchy snacks. But in real life, people often ask, why do you like it? Or why do you not like it?
Yeah, that is the next step. In the next part, we will practice giving simple reasons. We will show you some very easy patterns you can use again and again, like because it is, and it makes me feel, so you can really explain your favorite foods.
So Sarah, you said before you really love ramen. Why do you love it? What are your simple reasons?
Okay, simple reasons. I love ramen because it is warm and comforting. It makes me feel relaxed, and it reminds me of my family.
Nice. Can you say that first one again, but slowly, so our listeners can really hear the structure?
Sure, listen to the pattern. I love ramen because it is warm and comforting. I love ramen because it is warm and comforting.
So the pattern is, I like it because it is plus an adjective, right?
Exactly. I like it because it is spicy. Or I like it because it is sweet. Or I like it because it is cheap and easy.
Good. Can you give us 2 or 3 different foods with that pattern?
Yeah. Listen. I like sushi because it is fresh and light. I like chocolate because it is rich and sweet. I do not like fast food because it is too greasy.
Greasy. That might be a new word for some people. What do you mean by greasy?
Greasy means it has a lot of oil or fat. For example, some fries are really greasy. Your fingers feel oily after you eat them.
Got it. Okay, that was pattern 1. I like it because it is something. What is the next pattern?
The next one is, I like it because it has something. So we talk about an ingredient or a quality. For example, I like this salad because it has fresh vegetables.
Can you give a few more with food words?
Sure, I like this pizza because it has a thin, crispy base. I like this soup because it has a lot of vegetables. I do not like this drink because it has too much sugar.
Crispy is nice too. Maybe also a quick meaning?
Crispy means it makes a light crack sound when you bite it, like thin fries or toast, or a thin pizza base. Not soft, crispy.
Okay, so we have I like it because it is she, and I like it because it has. What is the third pattern?
The third one is about feelings. I like it because it makes me feel something. So for ramen, I said, it makes me feel relaxed.
Can you give a few more? Maybe with different emotions.
Yeah, I love hot soup because it makes me feel cozy. Cozy means warm and comfortable, like under a blanket. I like ice cream because it makes me feel happy. I do not like very strong coffee because it makes me feel nervous.
So listeners, listen again. The 3 patterns are, I like it because it is. I like it because it has. And I like it because it makes me feel.
Yes, and you can change like, love, or do not like. For example, I love sushi because it is fresh, or I do not like fast food because it is too greasy.
Okay, now I will be the robot student. Let me try a not very natural sentence. Tell me what you think.
All right, I am ready.
I like pizza because it is very delicious and it gives me happiness in my heart.
Okay, I understand you. It is clear, but it sounds a bit too strong and a little robotic. In daily life, we usually say it more simply.
So how can I say it in a more natural way?
You can say, I like pizza because it tastes great. Or I like pizza because it makes me happy. Short, clear, simple.
Right. So I should not try to be too dramatic. Just use the patterns.
Exactly. Use your 3 tools. It is delicious. It has cheese. It makes me feel happy. That is enough. That is real everyday English.
Okay. I have a small story. One time I used the wrong words. I wanted to say, I do not like one dish. But I said, I hate your country's food.
Oh no.
Yeah, my friend looked really shocked. I felt terrible.
Yeah, hate is a very strong word. For food, it is better to use softer, more polite sentences, especially with another person's culture.
So what is a nicer way to say it?
One soft sentence is, I am not used to this food. That means, this food is new for me. My body and my mouth are not comfortable yet.
I am not used to this food. That sounds much kinder.
Yes. Another one is, it is a bit too spicy for me. This is polite. You do not say the food is bad, you just say, for me, it is a little too spicy.
Can you say those two slowly so people can repeat?
Of course, listen, I am not used to this food. Again, I am not used to this food. And the second one, it is a bit too spicy for me. Again, it is a bit too spicy for me.
Nice. So we can use strong words like hate, but usually it is better to use these softer sentences, right?
Yes, especially when you talk to friends or when you talk about food from another culture. Simple, soft reasons sound more polite and more natural.
So now you have these simple patterns. I like it because it is. I like it because it has. And it makes me feel. That is great. But you also need to say these sentences yourself.
In the next part, we will do a small guided practice. I will give you prompts, and we will leave a space so you can pause and repeat the sentences yourself.
Okay, now this part is for you, for your voice. This is speaking practice time. So if you can say the answers out loud with us. If you're on a bus or a train, you can whisper. And remember, you can always pause this audio and take your time.
Right. We will give you very simple patterns, very clear phrases. You already heard them earlier. Now you just copy and change the food. We go slowly and we leave space for you to talk.
So, first, we practice talking about food you love, your favorite food. One food, just one, not many. I will give you a pattern, a little sentence frame. The pattern is, I really love, and then the food. For example, I really love pizza, very simple.
Okay, your turn now. Think of one food you love. Maybe noodles, maybe ice cream, maybe soup. Ready? Use this pattern. I really love. Plus your food. I say it, then you say it with your voice. Here we go. I really love.
Now you say it. I really love, and add your food.
Nice. If that was hard, you can pause and try again. Now I give you one quick example just to model it, to show you. Listen, I really love chocolate cake.
Yeah, I really love chocolate cake too. And if your sentence was not perfect, that is okay. You are still training your mouth, your tongue, your brain. Every try is good practice.
Now let us practice talking about a food you do not like, not your favorite, something you usually avoid, a food you almost never choose.
The pattern this time is, I am not a big fan of, and then the food. This means, I do not really like it, but it sounds soft and polite. For example, I am not a big fan of raw onions.
Okay, now you. Think of one food you do not like. Maybe something very oily or something with a strong smell. Got it in your mind? Use this pattern. I am not a big fan of plus your food. Say it with me. I am not a big fan of.
Now, finish the sentence with your food. I am not a big fan of.
Good. Listen to one example from Alex now to check the rhythm, the music of the sentence.
I am not a big fan of very spicy curry.
So you hear the idea. You can always come back to this part and try with different foods. Each time, new food, same pattern.
Now, let us practice describing the taste, the flavor, what it is like in your mouth. We use two words, for example, sweet and creamy, or salty and crunchy.
Yes. By the way, crunchy is a nice word. Crunchy means it makes a hard sound when you bite it, like potato chips or fresh toast. Listen, these chips are really crunchy. Crunchy.
So now think of your favorite food again. Picture it. Think of two taste words, maybe sweet and soft, maybe spicy and warm, maybe salty and crunchy. The pattern is, it is, and...
We will say the start together. Then you finish with your two words. Ready? Here we go. It is.
And...
Now you try again by yourself. Take a breath. Think. Then say, it is, with your own two taste words.
Here is my example, just to guide you. Listen, it is salty and crunchy.
Nice and short, right? It is salty and crunchy. You can replay that and copy the stress if you want.
Okay. Now we add a reason. Why do you like this food? Why does it feel good for you? The pattern is, I like it because it is. Or, I like it because it makes me feel...
We will also use the word relaxed. Relaxed means your body feels calm, not stressed, not tight. For example, after hot soup, I feel relaxed. Relaxed.
So, think of one reason. Maybe it is healthy. Maybe it is easy to eat. Maybe it reminds you of home, or it makes you feel relaxed. I say the start. Then you finish the idea. Ready? I like it because...
Now you. Say your own reason. I like it because...
Here is my model sentence. Listen, I like it because it makes me feel relaxed.
One more time from Alex, and you can copy the sound if you want.
I like it because it makes me feel relaxed.
Great. You can also try with, I like it because it is, and then one adjective, one describing word.
Now, I want to show you something funny. Sometimes, when we learn a language, we make very formal, very strange sentences, like a robot.
Yeah, okay, Alex. Give them your best food robot sentence.
All right, here we go. I wish to consume pizza because it is very delicious for my tongue.
That sounds so mechanical, so robotic. We almost never talk like that in real life. Let me change it to something simple and natural. Listen, I want to eat pizza because it tastes really good.
Yes, that is much better. So remember, simple is good, natural is good. You do not need big words to sound great in English.
Okay, last little practice set. We put everything together, food, taste, and reason. You will make one longer sentence step by step.
Think again about one favorite food. Hold it in your mind. Now follow this pattern. I really love, plus the food. It is, and then I like it because...
We will do it in small parts. I say the first piece, you copy and add your words. Ready? Part 1. I really love...
A. Now add your food.
Part 2. It is... and your two taste words.
Part 3. I like it because...
Now try to say the whole thing from the start to the end in one go. Take a second. Then speak. I really love...
Nice. Here is one full example from me so you can compare. Listen. I really love ramen. It is salty and comforting, and I like it because it makes me feel relaxed.
You can make many different sentences like that, with different foods. Replay this chapter, and each time, choose a new food and a new reason.
And remember, you do not need to be perfect. Every time you speak, you build confidence. You are teaching your mouth how to move in English. So thank you for speaking with us today. You can come back to this practice anytime, and your sentences will feel easier and easier.
Before we move on, try to remember the listening challenge from the beginning. We had the word spicy, and my favorite comfort food. Think, What does spicy mean, and what food did I choose?
Keep your answer in your mind. In the next chapter, we will check that challenge, review the most useful phrases, and give you a small homework idea.
So, stay with us and let us quickly review what you learned today and check that challenge in the next part.
So, before we finish, let's come back to that listening challenge from the beginning. Do you remember the special word we used many times?
Yeah, I said it a lot. The word was spicy. Spicy. Did you catch it when you listened?
And do you remember my question? I asked you, do you remember Sarah's favorite comfort food? So, Sarah, can you say it again clearly? One more time?
Sure, listen carefully. My favorite comfort food is homemade pizza. One more time. My favorite comfort food is homemade pizza.
If you understood that, nice job. And if you did not, it is okay. You listened all the way to the end. That is already great practice.
Yeah, you stayed with us. So now, let us do a very quick review, just the most useful things from this episode.
First, we practiced how to talk about likes and dislikes. For example, I love pizza. I really like spicy curry. I'm not a big fan of fried food. I do not really like very sweet desserts.
Then, we use some taste and texture words like sweet, salty, spicy, sour, bitter, crunchy, creamy, and tasty. For example, this soup is creamy and really tasty.
And we also used simple reasons with because. Like, I like this pasta because it is spicy. Or, I like soup because it makes me feel warm and relaxed.
There is one more word I want to repeat. Comfort food. Comfort food is food that makes you feel safe and calm and happy. For example, hot chicken soup can be comfort food when you feel tired.
Okay, now it is your turn. I have a small reflection question for you, so maybe slow down with me and think.
You can say your answer in your head, or you can speak out loud. If you are alone, try to really say the words.
Here is the question. What is one food you love, one food you do not like, and one reason why? I will say it again. One food you love, one food you do not like, and one reason why.
Okay. I will give you a few examples, and then you can answer. For example, I really love sushi because it feels fresh. I do not like very spicy chips because they hurt my mouth.
Now, your turn. Think of your answers. I will be quiet for a short moment. You can speak right now.
Take your time, just a few seconds, and try to say 3 short sentences.
Okay, nice. If that was difficult, you can rewind and try again later. That is totally fine.
Now, here is a very small homework idea, really small, something you can do today or this week.
Homework sounds big, but this is just a tiny practice, like a little step, so do not worry.
You can choose one of these. Option 1, write 3 sentences in a notebook. For example, I love because it is. I do not like because it has. And one more sentence with because it makes me feel.
Or option 2, send a short message in English, maybe to a friend or a classmate or your teacher. Something like, I really like pasta because it is simple and tasty.
And option 3, if you have a chance, say it to a real person in English, maybe in class or in an online chat. Just one sentence like, I am not a big fan of spicy food.
Just choose one small thing, one notebook, or one message, or one real sentence. That is enough. If you do that, you are really using your English in real life.
And you can feel proud of that, really. It is a small action, but it helps a lot over time.
So, by now, you can talk about your favorite foods. In a simple but natural way, you can say what you love, what you do not like, and give a short reason with because.
You did listening practice, speaking practice, and a little reflection. That is great work for one episode.
Thank you for spending this time with us on the Natural English Podcast. It means a lot that you listened until the end.
Yeah, thank you so much for learning with us. Keep going. Keep using your English even with very small steps.
We hope to talk with you again in another episode of the Natural English Podcast. Until then, take care and enjoy your favorite food.
Bye for now, and see you next time.